There is something incredibly satisfying about watching historical Korean dramas evolve year after year. And 2025 might honestly be one of the most exciting lineups we've seen in a long time. What I love about this year's historical releases is that they're not just stuck in palaces or limited to predictable royal romance. We're getting time-traveling chefs, IMF-era survival stories, soul-switching royalty, lawless rogues, nostalgic 80s friendships, and intense power struggles set in the turbulent 1970s. The genre feels bigger, bolder, and more emotionally layered than ever. And while I go through these 6 dramas, I really want you to think about this. When you choose a historical drama, are you looking for romance, political tension, fantasy twists, or stories about survival and ambition? Because each of these dramas taps into a completely different emotional experience. And by the end of this video, I want to know which one you'd press play on first. This drama immediately caught my attention because it combines 2 things I never knew I needed together: royal politics and fine dining. The concept of an award-winning French chef suddenly traveling 500 years back in time is already intriguing, but what makes it even more fascinating is that she lands in front of a tyrant king who just happens to be a gourmet. That contrast alone creates endless storytelling possibilities. Imagine being a modern chef, used to freedom, creativity, and Michelin star standards, and suddenly you're in a rigid historical era where one wrong move could cost you everything. And then you have this king, known as the worst tyrant, who has a refined palate. Food becomes more than just food in this story. It becomes power, influence, and possibly even survival. Lim Yoona as Junho feels like perfect casting because she has that elegant yet strong presence that can balance romance and humor. I'm especially curious about the dynamic between her and Lee Chae-min's despotic king. Will food soften him? Will she challenge his worldview? Or will their relationship become a dangerous game of control and attraction? Personally, I think this drama has the potential to surprise viewers emotionally. Underneath the fantasy and romance, there's a deeper question about how culture, taste, and even something as simple as a meal can change a person. And let's be honest, we all love a redemption arc. Do you think a tyrant can truly change? Or is that just a romantic fantasy? This drama shifts away from royalty and fantasy and brings us into the nostalgic warmth of the 1980s. It follows 2 young bus attendants and their shared first love, and there's something incredibly tender about that setup. Not every historical drama needs grand politics or supernatural twists. Sometimes, the quiet stories hit the hardest. Set in the 1980s, this drama promises friendship, youth, and first love. And if you've watched coming-of-age stories before, you know how emotionally powerful they can be. There's something universal about growing up, dreaming big, and experiencing love for the first time. Kim Da-mi is known for choosing roles that feel authentic and emotionally raw. That alone makes me excited for this drama. I expect a performance that feels natural, not exaggerated, and pairing that with Shin Yen adds another layer of emotional depth. What I personally love about nostalgic dramas is how they make you reflect on your own memories. Even if you didn't grow up in the 80s, the emotions are timeless. Friendship, jealousy, hope, regret. It's all relatable. I have a feeling this drama will be one of those quiet hits that slowly builds a loyal audience. It might not be the loudest or most dramatic show on this list, but sometimes the softest stories stay with you the longest. Do you prefer intense, high-stakes dramas, or are you drawn to softer, emotional coming-of-age stories? Now this is where things get darker and more intense. Set in a lawless Joseon era, this drama follows characters whose fates collide in a world without clear justice. A rogue hiding his past, a merchant's wise daughter, and a man dreaming of becoming an incorruptible official. That alone sets up a powerful moral conflict. Rowoon playing a rogue is something I'm especially curious about. We've seen him in romantic roles, but a morally gray character in a chaotic world could reveal a different side of his acting range. And when you put a character hiding secrets next to someone dreaming of justice, you instantly create tension. What fascinates me most about this drama is the theme of corruption versus integrity. In a lawless world, is it even possible to stay pure? Or does survival require compromise? This feels like the kind of drama that will have intense emotional confrontations and unpredictable betrayals. It's not about fairy tale endings. It's about choices and consequences. Personally, I'm always drawn to stories where characters are forced to question their own morality. It feels more real, more human. And in a setting like Joseon, where social hierarchy was strict and power was fragile, every decision could change everything. Would you side with the rogue trying to survive, or the idealist trying to fix a broken system? Moving forward in time, this drama takes us to 1997, during the IMF crisis, a period that deeply impacted South Korea. And instead of palace politics, we're watching a rookie businessman suddenly become the head of a struggling company with nothing left. No money, no employees, no products. This setup feels grounded and realistic. Lee Junho as Kang Tae Oh already makes this exciting because he has the charisma to portray both vulnerability and determination. Watching a character go from inexperienced to responsible leader is always satisfying. What I love about this premise is that it explores economic survival rather than royal survival. The IMF crisis wasn't just a background event. It changed families, careers, and futures. So this drama has the potential to be both inspiring and heartbreaking. It makes you think about resilience, about what happens when everything collapses and you're forced to rebuild from nothing. Personally, I think this drama could resonate strongly with viewers who enjoy underdog stories. There's something motivating about watching someone refuse to give up despite overwhelming odds. Have you ever faced a moment where you had to rebuild from scratch? That's the emotional core this drama seems ready to explore. Now, we're back to fantasy, but with a soul-switching twist. A crown prince who has lost his smile and a woman who has lost her memory suddenly switch souls. That concept alone guarantees emotional chaos. Body swap stories are always entertaining, but in a historical setting, the stakes feel higher. A prince suddenly living as a commoner. A woman suddenly carrying royal responsibility. That creates humor, tension, and emotional growth all at once. Kang Tae Oh and Se Jeong are both actors who can handle emotional and comedic timing well, which is crucial for this kind of story. What I find most interesting is how this drama forces empathy. When two people literally walk in each other's shoes, they gain understanding. And maybe that's the heart of this story. It's not just about romance. It's about perspective. Sometimes we judge others without understanding their burdens. Would switching lives with someone change how you see them? Finally, we have a power-packed 6-episode drama set in the turbulent 1970s. With Hyun Bin and Jung Woo-sung leading the cast, this already feels cinematic. The story centers on ambition, wealth, power, and justice, as a prosecutor risks everything to stop a man driven by greed. Shorter dramas often mean tighter storytelling. No filler, just intense confrontations and high-stakes tension. Hyun Bin playing a man consumed by ambition sounds compelling because he can portray layered charisma. And when you place him opposite Jung Woo-sung as a determined prosecutor, you get a battle of ideologies. What I love about stories like this is how they explore moral lines. Is ambition always wrong? Or is it only wrong when it harms others? Set against the political and social turbulence of the 1970s, this drama could feel gritty and raw. Personally, I think this might be one of the most intense dramas on this list, despite having the fewest episodes. So here we are with 6 completely different historical Korean dramas for 2025, each offering a unique emotional journey. From fantasy romance and nostalgic friendship, to lawless survival, economic crisis, soul-swapping royalty, and gritty power battles, this lineup proves that historical storytelling is more diverse than ever. And now I really want to hear from you. Which one speaks to you the most? Are you in the mood for romance and fantasy? Or do you crave darker, more realistic stories about ambition and survival? Let's talk in the comments, because your choice might help someone else discover their next favorite drama.